What was the transition like going from, doing that, still obviously having an entrepreneur bug? Where did those things kind of meld and come together, ultimately getting you into what you're doing now?
I mean, I didn't leave CIA to start my company. I actually had no fucking clue what, kind of like the same deal with the teams.
Yeah.
I'm an impulsive motherfucker.
You just knew you wanted out.
Yep. Well, there were some things going on that I didn't fucking agree with, and I did what I thought was the right thing to do, which wouldn't have changed a thing, and I left. And when I was standing up for what I thought was right,
yeah.
And I knew I wasn't going to be back if I did it, but fuck it, I did it anyways, and I had. I just didn't want to be the 65-year-old dude that's still fucking
on a rooftop talking about.
Yep.
That's why I did it.
Because I as impulsive as I am, I'm also a fucking thinker. And, I look at those guys and I listen to people and it's always the same fucking thing. It's one more. I'm going to one more fucking good one. One more fucking.
It's almost like a drug addict.
It is exactly like a drug addict, and you do get fucking addicted to it. And it's never going to be enough.
Yeah.
You could do.
Or money.
Yeah. It's just never going to be enough. And so that's why I did, I was I was like, well, I know this is the right thing to do. And if I do it, I'm never fucking coming back, so I'm gonna seal this motherfucker right now. So, anyway, I had no clue what the fuck I was gonna do. I just know I didn't want to be over there anymore, or it was gonna be really fucking lonely life. And so I was at home sitting on my ass, blah blah blah, and then I feel like terrorist attacks just started. It was like kind of like a lull, and then when they came back, it was boom, 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 boom. It was, France, Belgium, fucking Orlando, San Bernardino. It was just boom, 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 boom. Yeah. And with all that came a lot of footage, cell phone footage. And I saw people that don't have a fucking clue what the hell they are doing.
Yeah.
They don't know how to think. They don't know anything. And so I started Vigilance Elite.
Does the name stem from something?
Well, when at first I was doing the same thing everybody was doing, and it was Trident Security or fucking Frog, whatever, whatever tactical. And I was like, that's just not me, And then the name changed quite a few times, and then I was just in the gym one day. And for some fucking reason, it just popped in my head. I remember every single time, both with CIA and with the SEAL teams, we would head out the door. It was always, stay vigilant, keep your head on a swivel.
Yeah.
And I was like, stay vigilant, stay vigilant, stay vigilant. Then I was like, vigilance. And then I was actually going to do originally it was going to be, well, not originally, but it was going to be Vigilance until I realized I couldn't trademark that. And then so I had to switch it up. And then I thought, well, everybody is fascinated with elite special operations units. Yeah. And I want to make civilians elite.
Yeah.
And so
have you thought about doing like a more low-key mom and pop or average franchising, maybe call it Vigilance Mediocre? Just put it all over the country.
No.
I had you going, you were listening, you're like, oh, you're serious.
It's like, wait a minute.
We'll get into that here in a second. I am curious, when you talk about standing up for what's right, can you share that, or is it just a bunch of fucking bullshit that you don't want to get into?
It's a bunch of bullshit that I don't want to get into. I can just say that
is the gist of it is like
it was a shitty leader.
Yeah.
Team cohesion was completely fucking broken.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, as a contractor, you have no recourse.
Yeah.
You know,
Shit out of luck.
or if you create a wave,
Yeah.
you know, that they can't ignore,
Yeah.
then that's, you know,
Yeah.
you ain't coming back.
Yeah.
But I know it was the fucking right thing to do, and I would do it again 100 fucking times.
Yeah. To me, that like I love to hear that, and that you know, one, I'm a big don't have any fucking regrets kind of guy, you know. But to me, that principled approach of fucking doing what you know is right, even if it means you're cutting a paycheck. I mean, there's been a few times where I've done that at the time was a fucking detriment to me financially. But in the long run was absolutely worth it, and ended up being, I wouldn't call it a blessing in disguise, but panned out for the better, you know?
Yeah.
And I think, to me, living your life like that, you just will never fucking go wrong. You know, I'm not Tony Robbins, but you know, to me, like if you take that approach of taking that pregnant pause before you make any big decision and say, you know, what's the biggest bang for the buck? Like, what's the big impact you're going to have, and what's the fucking principle behind it? You know, don't worry about the right this fucking second monetization aspect or anything else that's the flash in the pan. Like, you know, quick win. You know, think long game, chess game, long term. You know, and just fucking do what's right. If you take that approach with every life decision, in my opinion, like you'll be doing all right. You know, but
Yeah.
And it sounds like you take a real similar approach to things that way, huh?
I absolutely do. I mean, I actually, I always, for as long as I can remember, I've always thought about, I don't know why, but I always worry about what people are going to think of me when I'm fucking dead.
Really?
I do. And
That's surprising.
yeah, I know.
For as I don't give a fuck as you seem about everything else. You
I
know,
don't give a shit what they think now, but I just,
Yeah.
I always fucking think about that. And, you know, how you want people to remember you when you're dead might change. You know, like there was a fucking time where I wanted people to remember me as the biggest fucking partier that ever roamed the earth.
Like back in 7th grade.
Yeah, but you know, but I always, however I want to be remembered, that's how, you know. But I have always been, I feel very honorable and very overly honest,
Yeah.
and that's, I mean, and I follow that to a T.
Yeah, I mean, to me, you seem very principled, which is rare and refreshing. But and I think if everybody lived that way, the whole world would be a far better place. You know, be honest, be principled, and I mean, everybody makes mistakes. I certainly, you know, even from a principled standpoint, I'm big on that. Do I fuck up in that regard? Absolutely, I do regularly. But to me, like the goal should be to strive to live that way. But it's good shit. So in terms of Vigilance Elite, what was that, you know, when you decided, okay, I'm going to start this, can you give us the synopsis on what that was like, starting that out and any struggles you had, or what it was like getting it started?
Oh, man, it was horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. I started out, I was just, you know, what I really wanted to do is teach mindset, but how the fuck do you do that? Mm-hmm. It's, you know, you can't. And the excuse me.
That Bailey's is fucking working you over.
Yeah. The longer it goes on, I realize that's just impossible. You know, you get mindset. I believe you get mindset through having experiences. And if you've never had a fucking experience where you've been scared shitless or thought you were going to die, or, you know what I mean? You're never going to be able to think like how a lot of people want to think, or they pretend like they think like that. But you never really, I mean, would you agree with that?
100%. I mean, to me, it's, and the reason why I would say I wouldn't even say that I agree with it. I would say that I believe that to be a fact, and here's why. With dogs, you know, their confidence sometimes is genetic or draws off of their genetics. most of a dog's confidence, and the reason I use dogs as an example is the same reason with like CBD oil or medications or whatever. That one of the beauties of dogs is that they are the petri dish. They are the pure guinea pig in that there is no placebo effect. You can't talk them into doing something. You can't make them think, well, I'll bet this supplement's going to make me fucking huge. Like, it either fucking works or it doesn't. It's very face value, incredibly black and white, and that's one of the things that I value most about working with dogs day in, day out is that everything is really fucking contrasted. And where their confidence generally comes from, just like with kids too, is building that confidence and exposing them calculatedly to certain stressors, and you're raising that threshold for their ability to take it. And to me, with people, that is in essence what mindset is if you have a positive mindset of, I'll take a bite out of this shit sandwich and I'll ask for a fucking another one covered in Cholula, is that, you get that attitude from being faced with adversity, nutting up, fucking barreling your way through it and coming out on the other side okay. Not necessarily unscathed or, ultimately victorious, but the fact is you came out and you survived. And that's what makes you confident going into the next one is you're like, well, I know I can handle this. Well, I know I can fucking handle that then. And to me, it's one of the neat things about dogs, again, is that, we expose them to all these different environments that will sketch a fucking dog out, flashbangs, fucking gunfire right above their head, fucking sirens while they're, intently using their nose and super focused on an odor. And all of a sudden this crazy loud fucking sound distracts them, whatever, working through all that. You don't take that dog from, 10 months old, having never seen that, throw them into a fucking SWAT environment and expect them to do well. Like, they're not. They're going to blow their fucking anal glands and run away. If you structure that exposure right, just like with people, then you can build this dog that now doesn't give a fuck about anything, and is super confident, tail up over his back like a fucking scorpion, and will walk into the gates of hell and be like, who wants it, and so, yeah, I mean, to me, it's absolutely that, that mindset, whether you want to call it confidence, mindset, attitude, whatever is, that to me, if you haven't been through that and you have that, it's manufactured. It's a peacock feather line of bullshit, So yeah, I couldn't agree more.